What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, bro?
Just made it back from the gym.
Yeah, try to get a little something there.
What you worked on today?
Just a little cardio and a little arms.
Okay. Man, I just got a text from Kayshawn. What he doing in Salt Lake City?
Hey man, he had All-Star.
Oh yeah, that's what I take. I said you at All-Star weekend. He's like, yes, sir.
Yeah, you know, like I say, I'm from Wisconsin. He from Utah.
Mm-hmm.
So
He doing it big.
hey man, you know, no kids 26. Hey, live your life. Live your best life.
Yep. All you got is a turn. So when people say you got one time around the track, what is that one time around? Somebody tell me what that means. You know what I'm saying?
Or what that look like.
What it look like? Yeah, where do it start and where do it end? I want to see it.
Yeah.
But welcome to another edition of Fresh Fire Friday. TY and Reggie. It's good.
Hey, bro. It's Friday. Let's do it.
It's really Friday. You know what I'm saying? But man, I don't really have no fresh fire topic today. I just want to chop it up for a few minutes, talk a little bit about the Super Bowl, and then we're gonna get into a couple of the free agent moves that was made in the NBA.
Okay.
And then you know we'll start the weekend off. But starting into the Super Bowl, what you think about how the Super Bowl ended?
Hey, listen, man. I think it was a great game until the last 2 minutes of the game. It played out just how I thought it was going to play out. I did feel like Philly didn't put up enough points. Like the whole time I had this feeling as they was playing, like, hey, you need to take advantage of these opportunities, like, you know, because at some point, you know, we always talk about the game is about runs. At some point, Kansas City is going to get a spark. Also, I think a big turning point where, I mean, I know Jalen is beating himself up about it, but that fumble changed the game. You taught me a long time ago that, you know, one play or two don't change, you know, don't make the game. So I know people could say, oh, it was a bad call on the holding. By the letter of the law, it was holding. Would I have called it if I was a referee? No, I would have let them play it out because I would have liked to have seen Philly and Jalen Hurts have that defining drive. Can you come back down the field and get a field goal or get a touchdown for the win? So I would love to have seen it play out differently at the end. But it also makes me think about some of the conspiracy theory people out there. Is it already a foregone, set in stone type who's supposed to win and who's supposed to lose? So, and what I mean by that, I know it might seem like I'm all over the place with this, but Tom Brady is gone, right? He was the guy. So they've been prepping another face for a minute, and they want it to be Patrick Mahomes, right?
Yep.
Okay. How do you do that without at least getting another Super Bowl? You already gave him the second MVP, which we both felt he didn't deserve.
Right.
My opinion, your opinion. But at the same token, you got to cap that off with the Super Bowl. So now you got 2 Super Bowl wins. You got more wins than Aaron Rodgers. Like Aaron Rodgers is going to be the best. Okay, jump in sports. Aaron Rodgers is like Kobe to me, right? Kobe supposed to took it from MJ, but Kobe got in a little off the court trouble. We can't turn the league over to Kobe because of this charge, right? So it was a window in there where everybody that's a true basketball fan know Kobe was the face of the league, but we couldn't really promote him as the face of the league because of off the court situations. Right. Okay, LeBron wasn't ready yet. You see what I'm saying? But there's that window. Now getting back to the NFL, the torch you'll never say it was Aaron Rodgers' league. Once he retired, it was never really a period where it's his league, unless you're a true football fan. You say, hey, from this year to this year, he dominated. It was his league. But they need another face. Because you had Tom Brady as the face, he held that face title longer than he should have, right? So he held it all the way. And that was probably a big push for him coming back. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Behind doors, the league might say, hey, we need you to play one more. Or can you play two more? I don't know. He might have got some extra money under the table. We'll never know. But now they want to transition to the Pat Mahomes era. And I feel like, did they give him that Super Bowl? I mean, just to play devil advocate or whatever you want to call it. But that's my thoughts on it. I know I just went all over the place, but that was my thoughts on the Super Bowl. It was good up until the end. I would have liked to see not who won, because it doesn't matter, because I'm diehard Saints, but at least see Philly had an opportunity to try to make history.
Yeah. Hey, man, I love that answer. I'm glad you gave a detailed answer, because you gave a few talking points to bring up in that. And I think about what you said when you said conspiracy theory. I played an underdog. Usually I'll send you my picks, and I think we was texting during the game.
Yeah.
But whoever win the turnover war in these big games, they usually win that game. And for some reason, every week Jalen Hurts he may rush for, is he going to rush for 40 or more yards, or is he going to throw for 200 or more yards? But this year, this particular game, out of all the games he played all season, was he going to have 0.5 turnovers? So 0.5 is one turnover.
Correct.
It's going to get one turnover. It was only one turnover in the whole game. And out of that make me think too, is it some type of conspiracy to this? Because Jalen Hurts outplayed Pat Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
He did.
He outplayed him in the Super Bowl. So I agree with you on that. And speaking of the Saints, let's change the subject, man. What's going on with your boy Alvin Kamara? I see he was indicted on something.
Well, you remember he had got charged because he had beat up a fan. Well, I don't even know if it was a fan, that elevator situation. So and it was, for the most part, caught on camera. So he was dealing with that throughout the season. So but I haven't really been following it. It's probably more news where you at than where I'm at. But I don't know. Speaking of him, though, I don't know how much longer he's going to be with the team anyway, regardless of that situation. It's just that at this point, I just don't understand some of the money in football, like basketball, because for the last, I'll say 5 years or so, they always say, man, we cap heavy, we over the cap, we this, that. But I don't see the personnel that's where is this money going to make you in this situation? I get Drew Brees. Okay, he's gone. It ain't that quarterback. Cam ain't getting paid like that. So I'm not really sure. But at this point, you got some pieces that you can get rid of to get some money down. He's one. He's a shiny toy that you can get a draft pick, or you can get whatever. Thomas, you can still probably get some value from another team for him. So I don't see neither one of them maybe being there too much longer, But with that being said, I still don't quite understand the politics of football, because we might hear tomorrow that he's traded for like a second round or a third round. And you'd be like, man, talented as he is, why wouldn't he have 1 or 2 first round picks? But that's how football rolls. And you be confused, like and just to go back, and I know I'm long-winded today, when we got rid of Graham.
Take your time, bro. You good.
The tight end. You remember when we got rid of him? I think he went to Green Bay first, or I'm not sure.
The basketball player.
Yeah, but I didn't understand when we got rid of him for like a 3rd round pick, 4th round pick or something. And he was like at the pinnacle of he never did no better than what he did in New Orleans. Wherever he's at now.
But he wasn't really You wasn't never sold on him anyway, though.
No. I mean, I thought he was a good player, but he was. It was pros and cons to him because he I ain't gonna say he refused. He couldn't block. He
Right,
couldn't block at all. So anytime he was in the game, it told the defense that we're throwing.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, yeah, in his prime, he was catching a lot of passes, wanted to be considered like a receiver and all that good stuff. But at the same token, bro, you killed our running game because we can't have you on the field when we're running the ball. So, I mean, I understand why they got rid of him. I just didn't at the time understand that we couldn't get more for him because of the offensive, numbers that he was putting up. So, getting back to Kamara, we'll see. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
his mind. So whatever happens, happens.
yeah. And I agree with you. When it comes to football, I look at basketball a little different because I follow players. I love wherever LeBron go, I'm pretty much going to be on that team. But with football, it don't matter about the personnel. It's about the team. So I feel that. Let's switch subjects a little bit and switch to the NBA before we wrap this up. What are some of the surprises in the trade deadline that you think are good and some that you don't think going to work? And I want to know what your opinion is on the Lakers with the moves they made.
So, all right. So I know we kind of touched on it last week. I can't really speak too much on Phoenix situation yet because KD is yet to play.
Right.
I see that he's going back to 35. I like that. But so we don't know. But I did think it was interesting. I was reading an article this week where Chris Paul was speaking on, he was telling Booker, don't miss this opportunity. And he was saying, like, don't take this situation for granted. Having a player like Kevin Durant on your team for however short that window is or however long that window is, take advantage of this moment. You know what I'm saying? Because he's been on teams where it just didn't pan out. You know what I'm saying? But this dude is top 5. In my opinion, top 5 all time. Like, not top 5 now, just top 5. Like, it's been a lot of people that has came along after him with his wingspan or height that you say, oh, has the potential, but they're not KD. And I'm gonna give you an example of we had high hopes for Brandon Ingram. He, at this point in life, who we thought he was. He's gonna be who he is. Maybe he make another all-star team, maybe not. He's just gonna be a good piece to a team. But he's no KD.
Nope.
No, he's just not. I mean, I'm just saying. And I'm saying, so you have players, but to do what he do is special. You know what I'm saying? It's special. They thought, not necessarily comparing him to KD, but what they was calling that kid the unicorn. What's the white boy that was on Dallas and New York and whoever?
Oh, Luka.
No, the other cat. The
Porzingis.
He who we thought we were. He who we thought he was. You know what I'm saying? So Phoenix, not so sure what they're going to be able to do. I don't know if they're going to be able to put it together in time to make a crazy push. But speaking on the, and then Dallas, we already, hey,
That's just
nature moved to
Marcy.
Nature moved to Marcy.
Hey, that's what it is.
But LA, I'm interested, man. I'm so patient because they're my team, but the world is patient with the Lakers as well. Every time we show a glimpse of what we could be, you'll hear analysts and people say, hey, the Lakers may be a problem, but we still got to put it all together. So yeah. I like Russell coming back. I like what he brings to the table. And I feel like he got something to prove too, because how he left LA. So if we can get that lineup gelling, and not only that, just keep your fingers crossed that AD can stay healthy. But a healthy AD, LeBron is not even a concern to me. I know he got this lingering foot issue or whatever the case may be, but he's cut from a different cloth, and we talked about this. So as long as AD healthy, LeBron gonna dig deep and bring it. You see what I'm saying? I just feel like because he comes from, even though he's not in our era, he comes from our era. So he's gonna dig deep and bring it. So it's all on AD. If AD can stay healthy and the starters or whatever we got now can gel, I think whoever that number 1, number 2 seed, they don't want to see us at 8 or 9. They're not gonna want to see us, man. They're not. They're just not. And that's just where I'm at. And maybe that's just me being hopeful because, you know, I'm a diehard Laker fan. But only time will tell.
Oh, yeah, bro. Hey, that's cool, man. And Kevin Durant didn't want to wait to 7. I mean, 7 is for the gods in the earth, number 7 represents God. So I know he really wanted to wear that 7, but that was Kevin Johnson's number. So
Yeah.
he, out of respect, he couldn't wear that number, you know. And I don't even know if his number retired or not.
It should be.
It should be. If it's not, it should be. And man, it made me feel good though to see some of y'all Laker fans finally starting to show Brian a little bit of love, you know, because it was hard on them for even after he won a chip. They still was. I think it was that period of too much had happened. Too much happened. He broke Kobe's record, and Kobe died the next day. So that overshadowed the championship. That overshadowed. And the first thing I said when he broke Kobe's record that night when I watched the game in Philly, I thought it would have been perfect if Kobe would have been in his hometown watching Brian break the record. But I do agree with you, man. I always like D'Lo, man. D'Angelo, he a good point guard, man. He left-handed. He got this little irky jerk movement that he does. He remind me of, he's a small Luka because he play at his own pace. He don't let nobody speed him up, and he don't let nobody slow him down, you know. But I'm interested to see how far this go as well. But and I do agree with you 1,000%. Nobody want to see that Laker team in a 8th or 9th seed or whatever, a play-in game or anything. Nobody want to see them.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's all I really want to talk about. You know, talk a little bit about the Super Bowl and free agency and what you got for us this week.
I actually don't have one, bro. I was thinking, I was like, you know, I wanted to double back, you know, it's still Black History Month, you know what I'm saying? But I don't have one to give you today, you know what I'm saying? So I know when I don't, you do. So what you got to leave us with?
I don't have nothing, but I do want to make a statement.
Okay.
I'm tired of Black History Month. I am tired of it. I'm tired of it because when I'm looking at ESPN or any other channel, they take these 5 minutes to acknowledge a Black person from whatever, 1940s or 50s. And then when March 1st comes, we won't hear nothing. They're going to forget. But why we can't keep that same energy all year?
But you know, we do though.
We do.
Because I would say 90% of the quotes or messages that we leave off on is from people that look like us. That's my goal when I'm researching or that's just what I read during the week. It's not necessarily just researching. So, but you're right though. I'm just saying I made it an emphasis to put emphasis on it last week with Malcolm X or whatever because of what the world says this month is. But like you said, I guess 90% of the time when I want to put out a message, I want to put out a message from somebody that looked like me because I'm saying that obviously they had to deal with some of the same things that we deal with, or maybe worse, depending on the period in time that they live that the message came from. Sometimes it's modern, sometimes it's not. So yeah, you're right though. It's well, you know, we don't celebrate a lot of things anyway. So every day is a new challenge. Every day is a new adventure. So we don't even look at, you know, and like you said, you know, we can harp on it's the shortest month. And like you said, it comes and go and then they forget until next year. But
I'm just tired of it feeling forced. We was having a conversation at work this morning about, you know, as Black Americans. I like to consider us as foundational Black Americans, thanks to Tariq Nasheed. But we're the only times we're actually recognized as an American and not an African American or Black American is when we in the Olympics or we in combat or something that representing the United States outside of the borders. But
Yeah.
Once you come here, I mean, if you win a gold medal in Japan, you're gonna be, hey, the Americans won 10 gold medals. But if you get shot on 6th Street, it's an African American,
The skill.
and it's you separate it once you in the borders. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, I just want to leave it with a quote from the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. It's not even a quote. It's not even, just treat people the way that you want them to treat you. And, don't worry about nothing else. That's the key of life. Just treat people how you want to be treated. So if you treat people good, then hopefully they're gonna treat you bad. If you treat people bad, then you're probably gonna get some bad things coming your way. You got anything else, bro?
Nah, that's it, bro. That was worth ending it on.
Oh yeah. Thank y'all for listening to another edition, Fresh Fire Friday with TY and Reggie. Peace, God.